Amen. What it is. This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App, man. $ Deem by any means. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means. Y'all already know the super chat. $ y'all can press the super chat at any time your heart desire. Please say it with me, y'all. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much appreciated, y'all. I just want y'all to know, y'all, Terence Crawford, he gets full credit if he beats Canelo Alvarez, but he also gets full criticism if he loses. And Canelo, the same applies. I am giving Canelo full credit if he beats Terence Crawford, and he's going to get full criticism if he doesn't. See, this matchup is perfect for Dean. Oh, this matchup is perfect for me, and I'm going to tell you why it's a must win for both fighters. Let's start with Canelo. It's a must win for Canelo because Canelo can't afford to lose to Terence Crawford, who is known as the number one pound for pound fighter in the world and moving up 3 weight classes to do it. Then it would show that he lost to Bivol, he lost to Floyd, he lost to Terence Crawford. It would show that he cannot deal with elite boxers, period. He is not as good as advertised. He has been match made and properly handled, and his whole career has been manufactured. That's what it would prove if Terence Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez. Because I don't see how you lose a fight against the 3 best people you have ever fought, and you lose all 3, and then I'm supposed to what? Give you credit? Say you what? I'll say exactly what you are. You was a very good fighter. That's about it. That's all I'm going to say. You was a very good fighter who got great all-time fighter attention. I'm gonna say that for Canelo. It's a very good fighter who would be getting all-time great type of attention. And I would think some of it is unwarranted and undeserved if you lose to Bivol, Terence Crawford, and Floyd Mayweather. I'm sorry. And then a lot of people had you get losing against Laura as well. And I think you definitely lost against Triple G the first time. That's just my perspective. So Canelo got a lot to Canelo's reputation, Canelo's legacy, Canelo's aura, all of that is at stake for Canelo Alvarez. He cannot lose to Terence Crawford. Why it's a must win for Terence Crawford? I'm not giving Terence Crawford no excuses because his fans out here talking too crazy and he talking too crazy. No, he asked for this fight. His fans say that his fans is out here saying he's going to knock out Canelo Alvarez. How can I not hold him fully accountable if he loses? His fans are treating this as if it's a regular any other fight. So I'm going to treat it no different than if he was fighting anybody else. I don't care the obstacles got to overcome because that's something that he put on. We didn't ask him to do this. So I'm not giving grown men excuses for their decisions. Terence Crawford is a grown man. Terence Crawford know that he was going up 3 weight classes. Terence Crawford saw what happened to Jermell Charlo. His fans did as well. They don't care. They think that he's going to knock out Canelo Alvarez. He's going to beat him up. He said he's going to whoop aside his head, so I'm going to hold him to that standard. This is a must-win for Terence Crawford because if it does, it'll prove that he's been trying to be a cash cow, that he only did it for the check, that he's not as good as advertised. And it'll be the same exact thing that it is for Canelo Alvarez. See, this is what makes it so much fun for somebody like me. Because one of these guys are going to get exposed for their crazy moves that they've been making in boxing. And I'm going to appreciate and love every moment of that. Terence Crawford want to crap on Earl Spence and say that he's not a Hall of Famer. So if he loses to Canelo Alvarez, he is no longer number 1 pound for pound on my list because now I got to put his resume into play. And then how dare I put him above Canelo Alvarez? How dare I do that if he goes and loses to Canelo Alvarez after saying that the best person he ever fought was Victor Postol and Ricky Burns? How can I possibly do that? Especially, this is the difference, y'all. I will be feeling people that saying, nah, Dean, it's all on Canelo. I will be feeling that if Canelo's the one that asked for the fight. Like Canelo was more willing with the Jermell thing than he was. He was more trying to get that fight than he was with Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford, literally, this is only happening because of Bud Crawford. So you don't get to call somebody out, stand out front of their crib, bang on their door, break their car window. Then when they come outside and beat you up, you say, well, they beat me up because they was bigger than me. Well, y'all telling me Crawford's bigger. He's taller. He only chose Canelo because they similar in height. So I don't know really what to do with that. So what I'm going to do with that is not put no in between in the in between. He has the responsibility to win as if he was fighting anybody else, and I don't want to hear no excuses if he doesn't do it. I don't want to hear about his age. I don't want to hear about the weight classes. I don't want to hear about none of that, because then I'm going to bring this right back up to you and say, we didn't ask you to do this. We told him all of that was going to happen, and he said he didn't care. I don't give grown men excuses. Canelo's another man, a man the same way Terence Crawford is a man. They both similar in height. Terence Crawford wanted this rumble. Terence Crawford is telling everybody in the world that this is going to be easy work, that he's going to go upside Canelo head. His fans is out here saying he's going to shock the world. You hating on Bud. If you don't think that he could beat Canelo, or you don't think, people telling me he going to hurt Canelo and all of this stuff. So I am holding him to that standard. I'm sorry. I cannot do it. I will not do it. And I refuse to mess up the integrity of boxing by letting it be one-sided on who's only one of them could lose. If the other person lose, it doesn't even matter. No, it matters. He's no longer number one pound for pound if he loses to Canelo Alvarez, period. And with his resume, he'll be lucky if he still may crack my top 10. And why? Because I was one of the people willing to give him a lot of credit for Earl Spence, but he don't even want credit for Earl Spence. He don't even think Earl Spence was his toughest fight. He don't even think Earl Spence is a Hall of Famer. So how can I boost up Earl Spence, especially when I feel like it was something wrong with Earl Spence that night? So now that comes in a factor as well, because clearly Bud thinks the same thing. So you lose to Canelo. Earl Spence was your one big fight that you won, but it was a lot of questions around that. And then your other biggest fight is against Canelo Alvarez, and you lose. And it was a fight that you asked for. I don't know what to do with that, so I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to hold him accountable as if it was anybody else. He is fighting another all-time great. He has the responsibility to win this fight and do it the way he says he's going to do it. And Canelo, bet like neither one of these guys can afford to lose. Somebody's going to get exposed. I just can't wait to find out who it is. See, I win either way. I win either way because karma comes to bite in so many facets. And if it's Canelo Alvarez, it's going to be even worse because you ducked David Benavidez just to lose to Terence Crawford, where you wouldn't even got criticized as much for losing to David Benavidez as you would Terence Crawford. You would have got way more respect for fighting David Benavidez than you did versus Terence Crawford, so you better not lose. And then Terence Crawford, you don't have enough good fights on your resume to lose this fight that you begged, kicked down the door, asked everybody, told everybody who can hear, listen, or was willing to listen that you could beat Canelo Alvarez. So if you lose to Canelo Alvarez after seeing what happened with Jermell Charlo, after asking for the fight, then what am I supposed to do with that? Just say it's okay, Canelo shouldn't have never took the fight in the first place? No. Any man keep calling you out enough, he could get this work. I don't care about size after that. I don't feel bad for the Chihuahua that keep biting at the ankles of the Rottweiler, and then the Rottweiler turn around and shake him up, and I'm supposed to feel bad? No, I don't feel bad. I'm not going to feel bad, and I'm going to hold him to that standard. Sorry. You know why, y'all? You want to know the main reason? Because Terence Crawford wants me to hold him to that standard. So I'm not going to hold the man to a standard that he's not going to not hold, that he's hold. I'm going to hold a man to the same standard that he holding himself to. As simple as that, and I don't care who don't like it. I am going to hold Terence Crawford to his standard. And his standard is he's one of the greatest fighters of all time, so I'm going to treat him as such. He's not the first guy that moved up a bunch of weight divisions, and Manny Pacquiao has done it. So we have seen this happen before. So if Floyd if Floyd got credit for Manny Pacquiao, then Canelo's going to get credit if he beats Terence Crawford. I'm sorry. I'm giving Canelo full credit if he beats Terence Crawford. Absolutely. Because they both would duck David Benavidez. So what am I supposed to do with that? Well, Dame, he ain't fighting David Benavidez. Neither would Terence Crawford fight him either. So leave David Benavidez out of this equation. Neither one of them want to fight him. So it doesn't even matter. But I am not giving Bud Crawford fans no excuse, and I'm not giving Canelo, he the face of boxing over Javante people excuses neither. You the face of boxing with 3 losses on your resume? Okay. Y'all got the nerve to criticize Tank and draws. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez can go out here and get beat by people who coming up 3 weight classes. And y'all still say he the face of boxing? Absolutely not. So I am going to have fun on September 13th that one of these guys will be exposed because it's great. Both of them going to get exposed eventually. But one of these guys will get exposed, and it's going to be marvelous when it happens. It's going to be absolutely marvelous. I get to say right again, either way. I get to say right again, either way. Because I didn't ask for this fight. I didn't tell Terence Crawford to ask for this fight. I didn't tell Canelo Alvarez to take this fight. I don't give grown man excuses. A fight is a fight. Y'all signed the contract. I expect competition. I expect the highest level of boxing. Y'all are both considered to be all-time greats. Go in there and act like it. I'm not giving all-time greats no excuse. Nope, can't do it. Sorry, that's not Dame. Go to another channel if you want to hear Bud Crawford. Canelo's in a lose-lose, and even if Bud lose, he's not still nothing. No. Come back to 154 and fight Jermell Charlo or Jaron Ennis if you want to gain my respect after losing to Canelo Alvarez. I'ma just be honest with you. Go beat one of them. Show me it was the fluke. Or is it just that they're not Victor Postol, a washed up Sean Porter, a washed up Earl Spence, and Ricky Burns? Or could that not be what it is as well? Y'all already know what this is, though, right? Dame by any means. And I holla at y'all, Earthmen.